大家好 Thanks for tuning in to today's Growing Up with Chinese. 欢迎收看今天的成长汉语。Today is the 12th show of our series, and I have to say, we've covered quite a bit of ground in such a short time. Do you all feel your Chinese getting better? Our vocabulary database is certainly growing, that's for sure. Now today we have some fun vocabulary lined up for you all. But more importantly, we're going to be discussing how to speak in present tense in Chinese. Now, I don't know about you, but whenever I hear the word tense in relation to language, my whole body gets tense. But I've got some good news for everyone else out there who's feeling tense along with me. Tenses in Chinese are really quite straightforward and relatively uncomplicated. If English and Chinese were running a tenses race, Chinese would outrun English by about 10 laps. Now, are you all convinced yet? Don't worry if you're still a little bit skeptical. Let's take a look at today's dialogue and you'll see what I mean.
Wow. 小明，
哎，兰兰，
你一个人在干什么呢？
我正在打球啊。
哟，橄榄球啊，你会玩吗？
这个我不太会，不过我特别想学。麦克可以教我。
麦克？
哈哈，你忘了，就是那个美国男孩啊。
哎，对了，麦克在哪儿呢？
他正睡觉呢。
都几点了，还在睡啊？
我妈说他有时差，让他多睡会儿。
那你可以和我打一会儿羽毛球吗？
当然，没问题。
走吧。
行了，我快点了啊。
快点儿！
哎呀！
All right, today's dialogue had some patterns and vocabulary from last time, so I hope that felt like a good review for all of you. Xiaoming has an American football. That's a sight you don't see too often in China. Generally speaking, basketball and soccer, or regular football, are two of the most popular sports here. Now, I'm guessing that some of the clip was pretty easy to follow, while other parts may have been a little bit more difficult. Let's take a general look at things for now. 你在干什么? This is pretty straightforward. It means, what are you doing? 在 indicates an action in progress, and 干 is to do. So, 你在干什么 is asking, what are you doing? Now, Xiaoming's response is, 我正在打球. 正在 is what makes this response present tense. It means be doing, or to be in the process of doing, with a right now effect. 打球 we covered last time, and it means to play ball. So, 我正在打球 is I'm playing ball right now.
小明，
哎，兰兰，
你一个人在干什么呢？
我正在打球啊。
橄榄球，你会玩吗? American football? Do you know how to play? 我不太会，不过我特别想学。Mike 可以教我。我不太会 is a direct response to Lan Lan's question of 你会玩吗? 我不太会 is no, not really. Now we saw this pattern in an earlier episode when Xiaoming asks Mike if he knows how to use chopsticks. Here, Xiaoming continues to say, 不过我特别想学 Mike 可以教我. This means, but I really want to learn. Mike can teach me.
哟，橄榄球啊，你会玩吗？
这个我不太会，不过我特别想学。麦克可以教我。
All right, shall we watch the dialogue again? Keep an ear out for when 正在 is used.
哇！ 小明，
哎，兰兰，
你一个人在干什么呢？
我正在打球啊。
哟，橄榄球啊，你会玩吗？
这个我不太会，不过我特别想学，麦克可以教我。
麦克？
哈哈，你忘了，就是那个美国男孩啊。
哎，对了，麦克在哪儿呢？
他正睡觉呢。
都几点了，还在睡啊？
我妈说他有时差，让他多睡会儿。
那你可以和我打一会儿羽毛球吗？
当然，没问题。
走吧。
行了，我看见了啊。
快点儿！
哎呀！
All right, everybody, let's take a look at today's vocabulary. So we're first going to take a look at our vocabulary list and then get into today's radical. Our first word is 干, do, act, work. 干, 正在, be doing, in the process of. 正在. 玩, play. 玩. 教, teach. 教. 忘, forget. 忘. 可以, can or may. 可以. 问题, problem, question. 橄榄球, American football. 橄榄球. 羽毛球, badminton. 羽毛球. 不过, but, however, yet. 不过. 男孩, boy. 男孩. 当然, of course. 当然. The radical we're going to be talking about today is a lot of fun, as are the two characters we see it in. So let's take a look at 橄榄 of 橄榄球. Okay, they're slightly complicated, but not too difficult. Gan. No, that shouldn't be there. Let's do that again. Gan lan. Now, ganlan on its own means olive. Qiu means ball. So if we break these two characters apart, we'll do it this way today. There's one radical. There's the other radical. So they both share the same radical. And it's the character for wood, or mu. Now, as you can see, when mu becomes a radical, it doesn't change. The character for wood looks like this. Now, olives grow on trees, right? So here we have another example of a radical that gives us some information about the character. Now, in this case, it's two characters. And yes, the right parts of both these characters, here and here, are what give each character its sound or pronunciation. Now here, this character right here, that's the character for gan. And over here, this is lan. And the wood radical, or mu zipang, add it in, and you get gan lan, olive. So in China, American football is called, literally, olive ball. And actually, it makes more sense to me calling it olive ball than football, because the ball is in the shape of an olive after all. Now, in any case, the mu zipang can be found in many, many, many Chinese characters. And I think you'll find that when it appears, more times than not, the characters will have some kind of relation to wood. So here are a few examples. Zhi means branch or twig. Shu is the character for tree. Lin is the character for grove or woods. So that's the mu zipang, tree radical. How? Okay, it's time for a breather. Continuing on our topic of special days, Today, we're going to be covering Chinese Lantern Festival, otherwise known as Little New Year. First, let me give you some background facts. Little New Year, or 小年, falls on the 15th day of the first month of the Chinese agricultural calendar. In other words, it's 15 days after Chinese Spring Festival, and it essentially marks the end of all the Chinese New Year celebrations and festivities. Well, the tradition of lighting lanterns and putting them on display for all to appreciate and see on this day has been around for almost 2,000 years. And I'm sure you can all imagine just how awesome the lanterns can get. It's truly a beautiful sight. Some lanterns will even have riddles written on them. People will read the riddles and try to guess their answers. And for the most part, all the answers have to do with prosperity, good health, fortune, love, and wealth in the coming year. So the main food to eat on this day is the yuanxiao, otherwise known as the tang yuan. It's a sticky rice ball with delicious filling inside, like rose-flavored sugar, or sesame paste, or red bean paste, or lotus flower paste. They're quite rich, so I can never eat too many of them, but they're very delicious. Now, the significance of this holiday food comes from its name and shape. Tang yuan sounds like 团圆, and 团圆means to come together, as in a family will come together for a holiday. Yuan, or circle, is an auspicious word and concept in China because it is unbroken and never-ending. So eating tang yuan is kind of like receiving a blessing for your family. A lovely tradition on Little New Year's. All right, time to switch gears from our cultural spotlight to our language points of the day. Now, seeing as present tense is our big focus today, let's start by talking about how it works. 正在 is an adverb, and it represents an action that is taking place at this moment in time, or a state that is continuing. It comes before a verb or verb phrase. So, 我正在打球. I'm playing ball at this moment.
兰兰，兰兰，你干什么呢？
小明，我正在听音乐呢。
我说呢，叫了半天你都不理我。
小明，快点儿，交作业了。
哎呀，兰兰，等等，我正在写呢。
可以. This is another one of those words that will be coming up a whole bunch. We heard it in today's context like this. Mike 可以教我. Mike can teach me. So 可以 means can, specifically where possibility is concerned.
小明，我能借你的彩色笔用用吗？
可以啊，要什么颜色的？
黄色的吧。
特别 special or especially when used before a verb or verb phrase. 我特别想学. I really want to learn, or I especially want to learn. Let's look at some more 特别 examples.
兰兰，我觉得今天来图书馆的人特别多。
可不是嘛，马上就要考试了。
兰兰，怎么样？我做的菜好吃吗？
好吃好吃，我特别爱吃您做的菜。
Good news, we've arrived at today's finish line. That wasn't too bad, was it? I don't know about you guys, but my stomach is growling from all that talk about tang yuan. As always, here is our web address. Please feel free to send in your questions or feedback and to check out our website. I will see you all next time. 加油！再见。